Prepare yourselves for a battle of epic proportions between two titans. Feast upon their voices and revel in their words. This is Dueling Ogres.
Hello, Ogres, and welcome to episode 177. Thank you for joining us, as always, on this Flavor Burst Wednesday evening. Earth date, December 19th?
Yes.
2018. I'm your host, Remington Hitchcock. With me is... No, 19th. Wait, I did say 19th.
You did say...
I thought it was the 18th. I thought it was the 18th all day today.
Those two monsters are really wrecking with you.
Oh my god, I didn't
Really
even drink
wrecking
the
your
second
brain.
one until I got freaking home. Because I was dragging ass. I'm your host, Remington Hitchcock, and with me, as always, my co-host, Brandon Full. Say hello, Brandon!
Remington, I just want you to know that once upon a time I was falling in love. Now I'm only falling apart. There's nothing I can say. A total eclipse of the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A total eclipse of the heart. That's all I can do. I can't actually sing the lyrics.
Yeah. Well, nobody can except for whatever her name is. Bonnie? It's Bonnie something.
Gloria Esteban.
It's not Gloria Esteban. I'm 100% sure of that.
Are you sure?
It's Selena.
Selena Gomez.
We're already off to the races with a great start.
We are. How's everybody doing out there in chat world? We'll say hi to you first before we get started.
Yep, if you're listening to the podcast not through Twitch, we're live streaming again this week.
Yep.
So we're going to follow round about the same format, right? Kind of jump back and forth between Twitch chat and our stories.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. And then I'll probably, take it out for the audio listeners and rearrange things and throw some stuff at the end. That way, if we're talking to people in chat, the people who are listening don't have to hear it.
Because they don't want to hear you.
Because they don't want to hear me talk to you guys. Because they're selfish.
Don't call our listeners selfish.
No, it's okay that they're selfish. They want to listen to us in the way that they want to listen to us.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, that's what I mean by
selfish just
that.
has such a negative connotation.
Yeah, and I don't like cons. I'm looking for something. I don't remember what it is. Oh, chat. You want to pull up chat on yours?
I have all my stories digital.
Okay, so...
I can pull up chat and jump between the two, though.
I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I know you were right. Net lost. Shellfish.
Are you pulling up chat or you want me to?
Yeah, I've got it up too.
Okay.
Bonnie Tyler, thank you.
Yeah, I knew it was Bonnie something.
Thank you, Grimna. Bonnie Tyler.
I knew it was Bonnie something because she also does I Need a Hero.
We did an episode that involved her.
Yeah.
15 episodes ago, maybe?
Did we interview her?
No, I think she was dead.
Oh, she was dead?
Yeah,
I'm back. Total eclipse of me.
No, we were talking about the eclipse. The eclipse was happening.
Oh yeah, that's right. You
And
labeled the episode.
Yeah, and you kind of made this play with eclipses and Bonnie Tyler and that song.
I just love that song. I can't help myself.
Yeah, you do. I don't know why.
I don't know. It's one of my guilty pleasure songs. But fuck it, it's not even guilty. I'm saying it out to our millions of listeners.
Yeah, billions
I
and
love
billions.
Bonnie Tyler.
Yeah. Well,
I couldn't remember her name.
That's okay.
But I love her.
When it comes to artists and stuff, I don't remember anybody's name. I know all of the lyrics to their songs, but I'm like, oh, what's that one band where they do the stuff and they have the makeup on and that dude has the tongue?
NSYNC.
Yes, there you go. There's that damn dinging again.
Yeah.
So apparently Windows 10 randomly developed a thing where it just constantly sounds like a USB device is detaching.
Yeah. And it has something to do with the things you have hooked up. I just have no idea what it is.
So I have a huge circular independently powered USB hub.
Yeah, you do.
Do you think that's it?
Potentially.
You work at you work at Japanese NASA. You know these things.
You have a bunch of stuff plugged into it.
Oh yeah,
that's probably it. Something is disconnecting from it somewhere.
Well, that's stupid.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I should burn it.
I had, speaking of Windows 10, and this isn't interesting or funny, but I'm going to tell it anyway.
Okay.
I did a cumulative update last night, like
Yeah.
the new creators update.
Yeah.
Took it 3 fucking hours to update my computer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really slow. I feel like mine had, I think I did a similar update, and it took a long time on mine as well.
It wasn't the downloading. The downloading was pretty quick. It was just the installing and then having to reset my computer and let all the updates go.
Yeah.
And I can tell you from Japanese NASA, from working there, which I clearly do.
Yeah.
If you turn off your computer during those updates, you just fuck your computer completely.
Oh, yeah.
It's just done.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I did it, and it was taking a really long time, and I was like, I'm just going to go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave that there, and you're going to do your thing, and then I will pray that you're fine in the morning. And
well,
it was.
My problem is I always have my laptop on my bed, and I sit cross-legged, and I chat on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then it was time for bed, but it was still updating, so I had to like lay cross-legged or not cross-legged. I had to lay crossways across my bed.
Yeah.
Like a T shape.
Okay.
On my phone to let my laptop finish updating.
You can just like set it on the floor or something?
No, because I have a mouse in my apartment and I don't want to set anything electronic on the floor. It doesn't make sense, I know. You don't need, I saw the look already. You don't need to question it. I don't know why I do it. I just don't like electronics on the floor if there's a mouse about.
Okay. I mean, well, you don't want them to like scurry
it or
scurry across it and pee into the keyboard.
Yeah, or run into the fan slot.
A mouse is a lot bigger than a fan slot on a laptop.
You haven't seen my laptop. I got it in 1981.
Okay, that's fair. That was before ThinkPad.
Yeah.
Yeah, for all you old school viewers over there.
ThinkPad.
The camera is right here. I forgot that it's not up there anymore. It's there. Not there, but there. But we'll leave this reference to the Thumb War in. That way they can go to the end and listen to the Thumb War.
That way they hear all our shameless plugs at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
See? There you go. Although, speaking of shameless plugs, apparently people didn't know that we had a phone number that they could call in. So now I have to do this at the beginning of the podcast and say, if you want to hear your voice on air, you can call us at 978-DU-OGRES. That's 978-386-4737.
That's ridiculous.
I know.
We've had a phone number for a long time now, right?
Yeah, like going on 2 years.
Yeah.
2 or close to 3. So, yeah, call us. Call us and we'll play your stuff on air live for everybody, for the world to hear. So how have you been?
I've been pretty good.
Yeah?
Been pretty good.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Good. Are you being productive?
Yikes.
It's asking me the hard questions over here.
I would say so. I'm being productive mentally.
That's good, I guess.
Mhm.
I was not being productive because everything wanted to throw all of the things at me all of a sudden.
Yeah, you had some shit today, didn't you?
Yeah, so I had to do a drug screening for being unemployed for the workforce. So
do you agree with that?
For unemployment?
Do you think you should have to be drug screened to be unemployed? Or do you think
Well, they
vice versa?
They only did it because I was going to school, and that's just part of their policy.
Okay.
Because some schools actually require a drug screening. So they just kind of blanket do it and they pay for it. So, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that, I don't know. I really, if they would just take marijuana off of the, oh, you're a bad person because you smoke marijuana.
Yeah.
But I do kind of want to know if, somebody is straight up hooked on meth or, just a...
Somebody's buying cocaine with their unemployment money.
Yeah, something like that. Marijuana I don't care about. It's a crimeless drug. Is that what they call it? I forget how they phrase that.
I don't know, but it sounds right. It sounds good.
Yeah. Actually, Steve just brought that up in the chat if you're using the unemployment money for drugs.
Yeah.
You use the unemployment money for drugs. You got Dunkin' Donuts all the time.
And sugar is one of the most addictive substances.
It is. And caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
I'm drinking Diet Coke cut with just a little bit of cherry Coke.
Oh, yeah? Mine is Diet Cherry Dr. Pepper.
So we're cherry twins.
Yeah. I love cherry flavor.
We're cherry poppin' daddies. Like the band.
Yeah, I got it.
Man, remember when swing music was super popular for a while? That was a weird time.
Yeah. Man, I love that, though. That was my favorite. That's when I started getting out of, like, the the disturbed music and started getting more into the swing and the ska.
Yeah, you got introduced to those sweet, sweet horns.
Yeah, I love the brass section, man, for sure.
But I totally interrupted what you were talking about.
Oh, that's okay. I don't remember what I was talking about.
You had to take your drug screening.
Oh, I had to take my drug screening, and I did that, and I got the results back, and I came back clean because I'm boring and I don't do anything. I don't even smoke weed. I just don't care if anybody else does.
Yeah.
But I had to take the physical copy down because I also had some other paperwork to fill out now that I had that done. And I had gotten an email this morning from the college saying that my financial aid wasn't necessarily going to go through. It didn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm pretty lost when it comes to all of this going back to school thing.
Yeah, it's all new.
Yeah, it's all completely new to me, and I'm just getting emails, and I don't understand what they're talking about. And I hate to say that I need a little bit of hand-holding, but I kind of need a little bit of hand-holding.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need somebody, like, making sure that I'm dotting all my T's and crossing my I's. I just need somebody to be like, oh, this is that. And I'd be like, oh, okay, I understand.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's daunting to go back to school. There's a lot of stuff you have to do.
Yeah. And I'm finding that out. And I think the thing that I'm running into, which is the hardest for me, is that there's not a lot of communication. Like, I don't know if I've done everything I need to do. And I would assume that if I haven't, that somebody would get a hold of me. But yeah, apparently not.
Yeah, no, they don't.
So I just, I keep there's a website that I have to go to, and I check that on occasion, but I don't really know what I'm looking at because it wasn't exactly explained. They give you like this orientation videos that you have to go through, and it doesn't really tell you anything but how to log into the system.
Yeah.
And I'm just
there's like an hour of videos to just tell you how to check your email.
Yeah, and I watched them on like 1.5 times speed too. I was just like, okay, this is all basic sign into a website. I'm not an idiot. I know how to do that. But I am an idiot when it comes to actually understanding what in the fuck I'm looking at. I don't know what we were talking about.
You were continuing to talk about your college stuff.
The long and the short of it was I had to drive all the way out to the college. The college isn't really that far out. It's only like maybe 20, 25 minutes. So as far as what other people drive during a day, it's not that big of a thing. But it was just the inconvenience of it all.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, now I need to fill out this paperwork that says that I took a class 14 years ago. 14 years ago. And they're still putting me on probation.
Did you like drop out of the class or something? Is
Yes.
that why?
Yes. I quit going to the class. I didn't pay for it, and I quit going to the class. It was an A+ certification class. So for those of you who don't know what A+ certification is, it's like basic computer, how the actual hardware works, and a little bit of the software side, like how to... If there's something wrong with your system, it'll send out little beeps, or at least it used to.
It still does.
Depending on what kind of a motherboard you have, yeah. And like one beep means that everything is okay. But if you have like 2 beeps or 1 short beep and 3 long beeps, it tells you what's wrong with the motherboard or what's wrong with the component plugged into the motherboard. So Brandon knows all of this. I'm just telling you guys.
Yeah.
So it also kind of gives you an introduction on how to partition your drives and how to install operating systems and this and that and the other. Make sure that you're locking yourself down or static, properly discharging yourself so you're not frying any components.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I learned a few things from it, but I was lazy and I knew most of the things that we were talking about.
So you just left.
So I just left. I was like, this is kind of a waste. So I'm going to go and never come back.
Did you get the money from it though? Is that why you're on probation?
No, I was going to pay for that one out of my own pocket and just didn't because I stopped going.
Yeah.
But since I dropped it 14 years ago, it was still on the record.
That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, they had credit cards don't even hold on to your bullshit that long, you know?
Colleges are serious, man.
Yeah, apparently. Fucking money traps is all they are.
Who needs a degree?
It really brought out my grumpy old man today.
Oh, I imagine.
You should have heard me bitching in the car. 14 years.
Yeah, when I showed up, you seemed pretty pissed still.
Just aggravated. Aggravated and tired.
Yeah.
Grumpy old man Rem is coming
Description
out in
of
full
Remington.
force. Yeah.
Aggravated and tired.
Yeah.
I think that's just being in our 30s now.
Shouldn't we be like getting that second wind of adventuring going?
How we got our groove back kind of thing?
Yeah. Wouldn't we have to name ourselves Stella?
I call myself Stella all the time.
Do you?
I yell it, yeah. Like Rocky style.
Stella! There's a little cross between
Rocky and Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely Arnold Schwarzenegger style.
Yeah. So what else have you been doing? Anything at all?
No, not really. I mean, I did our D&D session. That was my big thing for the week as far as like working on stuff goes.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
I've been kind of feeling mixed about it because there's a lot of writing involved and I'm not doing as much work as I should.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, it's like I said, you can't plan for every contingency. So as far as your planning goes, because you did say that you had done, if we do this, then I'll do this and this and this and this and this. Did we throw you for any loops?
No, not really.
Yeah? So you kind of had a contingency for everything that we had thought of right there?
Yeah. I knew you guys were going to the embassy. Basically, the players have killed one of the leaders of the districts and are now trying to impersonate this lady.
Yeah.
So there's a Dragonborn embassy that's in the city, and I knew you guys were going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked out the description of the embassy and I worked out their names ahead of time because like I'm terrible at coming up with names on the fly. That's one of the worst things.
Right, especially for like Dragonkin.
Yeah.
Dragonborn.
Drummy.
Red Guy McScalerson.
Growlith.
Isn't that a Pokemon?
So yeah, I had planned for it.
Yeah.
You guys didn't really throw me for any loops. I didn't plan out the layout of the house. That was the only thing.
Yeah.
So when you said I want to go for a tour of the house, my brain, I had to go into overdrive because I was like, shit, what's in a house?
What's in a house?
Yeah, my mind was like, okay, what would reasonably be in a house for a well-to-do person?
Well, not only a house, but a house that was modeled after a church.
It's made from a gutted-out church, yeah.
Yeah. So it was previously a chapel of some kind.
Yeah.
Like a larger chapel.
Mm-hmm.
And now it has been transformed into a home. This is what it's like in real life, guys.
Yep.
Sometimes we stop talking entirely.
While Remington checks his phone.
Yep, I do that sometimes.
Uh-huh. You forget to turn off your notifications and then 10 minutes into the episode. Ding, 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 ding.
No, I got them turned off this time.
Did you?
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
That's why I saw all of those and started fucking with my phone.
And decided to check your fucking Facebook in the middle of a live stream episode podcast.
Yeah.
Perfect. Ever the consummate professional.
That's right.
But no, besides that, I've been good. I've been feeling pretty good about everything.
Yeah.
I've been trying to wake up earlier because that was my main vice, was sleeping in late.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have a choice because I work a 9-to-5 job Monday through Friday, so
Sure.
I wake up when I wake up.
Yeah.
But during the weekends, I can sleep a long time.
Dude, I feel ya. I'm still a night person, and I keep trying to get myself to wake up before 10 o'clock, and sometimes it's really hard to do.
Yeah.
Because I don't go to sleep. And we've got that sound that we've talked about. It's still going, you know, and it's been really bad the past couple of nights. So I have to put myself into a mindset that I can try to ignore it, which is very difficult. So there's this random sound for those of you who haven't tuned in when I've talked about it, because I don't know how much I've talked about it on air, but it's reverberating in my area. And not everybody can hear it, but I can, and Ginger can. And it's this woo, 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 woo. And it's incredibly annoying. And it keeps me from sleeping. It keeps me from sleeping well when I actually get there. I've had to actually put in earplugs to keep it from seeping in. There is a company who thinks it's coming from them. So they hired a professional company to do a sound study to see if it is coming from them, and if it is, what they have to do to keep it from happening. So, you know, kudos to this company. They're doing their due diligence for the community.
Yeah.
They're spending thousands of dollars to do this study, and will spend thousands more if it is them. If it is not them, then they will at least release that information to the public from what they said.
So we know who it is.
Yes. So then, because they can't necessarily go to the company that sell themselves and say, hey, you guys, this is coming from you, sort of things.
Mhm.
You know, that runs this weird line of like pressuring, and I'm sure there's legal shit involved, but they can release it to the public, and the public can lean on that company.
Yeah.
So ideally it's coming from them, because they will pay to have something done about it.
Mhm.
Because they're doing well by the community. So that's important. And like I said, kudos to them for doing that. If it ends up not being them, then who knows what'll happen, you know? They can release it. The other, if it's some other plant that's around here, because this is a plant heavy area.
Yes, very.
We've got, I don't know, 15, 20 plants within 50 miles of each other here.
If somebody were to nuke us, it would be catastrophic.
Yeah.
More catastrophic than a regular nuke would be, I think.
Yeah. I mean, what is the game that came out? Fallout 76. Yeah, where it takes place in West Virginia, where we are. There wouldn't be anything but a crater left.
Yeah.
For that whole radius. So I don't know what'll happen afterward.
Yeah.
That's all. That's it. That's all I got. Sorry.
Fair enough. Do you want to get into a story then?
Yes. Do some stories. High fives.
Were you just excitedly raising your hand, or were you having me high five?
I don't know. Whatever. Whatever tickles your pickle.
Iceland.
Ooh.
Iceland is officially building a temple to the Norse gods.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. They got the funding to do this in 2015.
Okay.
But it is now officially being completed.
So, I mean, is there still a lot of Norse pantheon followers?
In 2002, there were 570 members in Iceland who categorized themselves as following the Norse pantheon.
Huh. What do we call the Norse pantheon? I don't remember.
It's the Association of the Faith of the Aesir, or a word that there's no way in hell I can pronounce.
Oh, let me see it.
Okay, good luck. It's right
there. That's a good one.
There's a lot of lines over letters in that word.
There are.
Umlauts.
Well, Aesir is the A-E together.
Yeah, Aesir.
Asatrarfelagid. That's my best guess.
Well, the Asatrarfelagid now numbers 3,900 Icelanders, making it the largest non-Christian religion in the country.
Oh. To be fair, that's like a quarter of the population, right?
Yeah. Here's a quote from High Priest Oh, Christ.
Oh, Christ.
A quote from High Priest Hilmar Orn Hilmarsson, who says, "I don't believe anyone believes in a one-eyed man who is riding about on a horse with 8 feet. We see the stories as poetic metaphors and a manifestation of the forces of nature and human psychology."
Okay.
So effectively he's saying that the temple to the Norse gods isn't actually, they're not sitting around worshiping Odin.
Yeah.
They're worshiping the idea of the stories
in
relation to human psychology and nature.
Well, then, I mean, does it count then as a full-blown religion?
I'd say so. I mean, being a Unitarian is considered a religion, and Unitarian is like a conglomeration of religions.
Is it? Mm-hmm. See, I've never known what a Unitarian is. Unitarian
is like you believe in something, but you also... See, I can't really put into words what a Unitarian is because I don't 100% understand it either.
Okay.
I was trying to go out on a limb there and pretend that I knew something that I don't.
Yeah.
I've been told that I would fit in well at a Unitarian Universalist church.
Yeah. Universalist?
Unitarian Universalist is what it's called.
Unitarian Universalist.
Yes.
Huh. It's fun to say.
You can be of any religion and go to a Unitarian church.
Okay.
And just worship whatever God you want to.
It's so kind of like Buddhism. Because Buddhism, you can be a Buddhist, but you can also be a Christian.
I think Unitarian is like being a humanist. It's more just a title to describe how you view the world as opposed to an actual religion.
Okay.
I could be wrong, though.
Well, that's fair. I'm sure you're close to being right.
Yeah. Close enough for me.
I have no idea, so for all I know, you could be filling me with all kinds of bullshit.
Okay.
Where did you think I was going to go with that?
I knew.
Yeah.
I knew where you were going with that.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, that's my Norse God story.
That's not bad.
I looked up the story and saw like, ooh, Iceland is building a temple to Norse gods. That sounds cool. So I just wrote the title in my notes.
Yeah.
And then I went back to get some more information from it a couple days later.
Yeah.
And I typed it in and it was like 2014, 2015 story. And I was like, God damn it.
Oh.
Yeah. But apparently it is close to, if not done. There's also one in Denmark.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. At least they're keeping the old religions alive, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm going to switch into some gaming news real quick. Hearthstone recently came out with their new expansion.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin has been talking quite a bit about it.
Yes, he has.
In our Facebook chat,
Mm-hmm.
our Facebook group chat. Apparently they are bringing in some big nerfs, and Druid players are the ones who are going to suffer the most. The patch arrives on iOS and Android later today, which literally today, so the 19th.
Ooh,
not the 18th. Yeah, I pull up all of my stuff really recent anymore because I have an RSS feeder that I pull stuff from. So if I don't get to it in a week, unless it's super interesting, I ditch the old stuff and bring in new.
Yeah.
Blizzard says these nerfs and changes are to improve the long-term health of both standard and wild gameplay. They also want feedback for the timing of the update and the card changes. The big nerfs for the writer of this article, which is from Touch Arcade, are going to be Wild Growth and Nourish. Both get bumped to 1 cost higher and now cost 3 mana and 6 mana respectively, up from the 2 and 5. Level Up also costs 1 mana more, which is what Blizzard is doing to combat the odd paladin build.
Which is the one Kevin bitches about all the time, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. The other nerfs include Serenite Chain Gang, that now summons another Serenite Chain Gang instead of a copy. Leeching Poison, that now only gives your weapon lifesteal for 1 turn as opposed to permanently. Leeching Poison costs 1 less mana after the December balance update. As with all balance changes and card changes, players will be able to disenchant the cards changed for full Arcane Dust value for 2 weeks after the patch. So we're already seeing some balance changes in the Hearthstone meta, which it seems a little quick, to be fair. Unitarians are a subset of Christians that believe in God being one being as opposed to being a trinity, that trinity being God, Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Nidalost. We had closed down our chat, so
yeah.
If we try to pull it up on the mobile, it won't have what was just said. Yes. Them's words was hards. You got another one for me?
I sure do.
We're just going to bowl through them today.
Yeah, I guess.
There's no segues today. No segues today, guys.
Well, I was trying to see if I had a gaming news one, but I don't. I have an entertainment news. Okay. So this story I love.
Okay.
This comes from St. Ives, UK.
Okay.
And you may have seen this because this was kind of shared on Facebook. That's where I saw it, but I love the story so much.
Okay.
There was a mall Santa in St. Ives in the UK. He was on the 2nd floor of a mall.
Right.
Entertaining children. Below him, on the 1st floor, was a family-friendly rave.
Okay. I don't know where this is going, but I don't know if I like it.
A smoke machine caught fire.
All right.
And killed everybody there.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
I love this story. Killed everybody there.
I'm kidding.
Fuck you, man. You're playing with my emotions.
So a smoke machine at a family-friendly rave 1 floor below where kids could meet Santa and his chief snowman set off the smoke alarm. So Santa came barreling out of his grotto, ripping off his beard and hat, and screaming, "Get the fuck out!" Around 50 children were waiting when Santa's festive joy finally ran out. Stuart Wilkin, who was performing as a DJ at the children's rave, described Santa as raging as he stormed out of his grotto. "I do think the reason Santa was raging was because they booked a kids' rave on the same day as a kid's going to see Santa upstairs above the event," he explained.
It's a very subtle British accent there.
Yeah, I went for C-3PO.
Yeah.
I do think.
I do think. I do. Sorry, all of our English listeners.
They just threw down their bowler hat.
Yeah. I do declare.
I say.
Waff waff.
Finish stabbing a prostitute. Because if we had a British listener, it would be Jack the Ripper. They tell me more about Disney Fox mergers. They do. Stab, stab, stab. Which is just a little wink to my next story.
Ooh, well, look at you. Maybe I'll have to bring in some Disney stuff then.
Okay, so I was reading about this because this was in a lot of different British newspapers as like a you won't believe what happened
right
sort of story. And the parents were so up in arms about it. I saw people like, my child had never heard such words before.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do we take... this one's tough. Do we take this for granted because we're Americans and we hear the word fuck all the time?
Yeah, but I've watched enough British shows to know that they're all right with the word fuck too.
Yeah, that's what I was
guess
thinking.
It's the idea that it's Santa ripping off his beard and throwing his hat.
Yeah.
While yelling, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, if there's a fire.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thinking too.
Oh, you should have handled that much more couthly. What do you want him to do? Like,
well, I guess children seeing Santa rip off his beard could be a little traumatizing. But if there's a fire, if he thinks there's a fire, I mean, come on. I
mean, pretty early on, don't you usually tell your kid that that's not the real Santa anyway? Because they start asking questions pretty early.
Yeah.
Like, there's a Santa, but these are Santa's helpers, you know? He just kind of looks like Santa.
See, I don't remember my parents ever giving me that talk.
Oh, really?
But I remember as a kid not thinking that it was really Santa anyway.
Yeah. I don't remember what I did because I don't remember anything of my childhood.
Mm-hmm. I just blocked most of it out.
I blocked most of it out. It was terrible and traumatizing. Not really. It was a pretty good childhood.
Yeah, you had a pretty happy childhood.
Yeah,
really.
it was A-okay. It was nothing particularly traumatizing. But I don't know. I don't know what I thought when I was a kid about those Santas. I just always, as an adult, imagined that you would probably tell your kid eventually because they'd start saying, but how is he going to get to the North Pole, and et cetera and so on. And that just seems like the easiest way to address that.
Well, I can tell you as a parent, my daughter never asked questions about who Santa was.
Okay.
The Santas that you would take her to sit on their laps.
Yeah.
It was just always assumed like, hey, it's Santa, and that was pretty much it.
Okay. Maybe that's all because I guess you have magic anyway, right? Yeah. At that point, as a child, you have magic. Magic exists in the world for you. So if Santa can be at every mall in the tri-state area, then why, that you don't have to have an explanation for that because he can be at every house in a single night as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess so.
He's magic. What do you want us to do?
Yeah. Speaking of magic. Yeah.
That was a segue.
Thank you. At CES 2018, LG Display showed off a rollable OLED screen. And we're talking like a 65-inch 4K display on an OLED screen. So that means it's bendable.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in this box that had a roller inside of it to where they could roll the screen up like similarly to a projector screen.
Yes.
Only it was set on a base and it rolled straight up into the air and then back down. So we watched a video on it. What did you think of the video itself?
I thought what do you mean?
Just like the technology in general, et cetera, and so on.
Oh, okay. The technology looks awesome. It looks super expensive. It looks like nothing I'll own in the next 10 years of my life.
Yeah.
But it was really neat. The way that you could move the TV size to like how they had the maybe foot tall sound bar.
Yeah, it was just like an interactive menu almost where you could see the like if you were playing music, it would just show the waveform of the music.
Yeah.
And you could see the weather and stuff, and it would just display a little tiny bit.
Versus the full screen.
Yeah. And then you could put it into a cinema mode where it takes off the top and the bottom for the bars, the black bars. Yeah, that was all really interesting. Apparently, it's set to go on sale as a consumer product next year, according to a source that spoke to Bloomberg. The 65-inch OLED panels are able to retract into a base when not in use or can hide part of the screen so that content shot on a wider aspect ratio can be viewed without letterboxing. Bloomberg says that LG is likely to unveil its first 5G phone at Mobile World Congress in February, although that's not too much of a surprise. Sprint and LG have already announced plans to release a 5G device in the first half of the year. So if you were to place a cost estimate on something like that, what do you think would be, what would you like to see it at versus what you might think it would be at?
What I would like to see it at doesn't matter, because even if I would say I'd like to see it at a price point of $1,200, that I can't afford $1,200,
right?
So it doesn't matter.
But that's kind of what I was asking, is what you think would be, even though that's a little prohibitive for you, that sounds like it would be a fair low end price for something like that.
Yeah, that's a good price for a TV.
Yeah.
I imagine it'll hit with a price point of like $3,500.
Oh, really?
Maybe $4,000.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
Okay. For the 65-inch version, that's what we're going off of.
I could be totally wrong on price, though.
I would say that you're probably $4,000 to $5,000. That would be my personal guess. So yeah.
What about you? Where would you like to see it at?
What I would say that probably the $2,500 to $3,000 range would be where I'd like to see it at. I still think that $1,200 would be a little on the low end.
Absolutely it would.
I don't think we'd ever see it at that until, there's newer technologies that are out. But I figure it's going to be in the $4,000 to $5,000 price point for the 65 inch version. Of course, they may have smaller versions. Now, that being said, there was a Samsung OLED screen monitor that was on sale on Amazon for like $180.
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, that's a really good price. I'm pretty sure it was a Samsung. So you've got a good brand name.
It was a Slam song.
I'm sorry. It was a Slam song. But that's a really good price point for a curved screen.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's less expensive to produce an OLED screen, or if Samsung was just like, fuck it, we're going to push this out into the market because we want people to have it. Because it was a good size too. I think it was like 24 or 27 inches.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. They're about the size of the monitors that I have right there.
Yeah, I considered getting it, but again, I don't have my gaming PC set up in my apartment. So.
Yeah, it was really hard for me not to buy one too. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh man,
with your setup with a curved screen right in the middle.
Oh, it'd be so good. No, I'd get two of them. That way they'd both.
Oh, and you'd be curved around.
Yeah,
like you were in a fishbowl.
Get full immersion, man, or semi-full immersion.
Have we mentioned yet that we're on fucking fire?
Yeah, look at that fire that's going on behind us. This is intense. It's very hot in here. It's like the flames of hell lapping at us.
We're in our lava base right now.
Yeah, we went from the undersea base to the lava base. It's a little further down. So what do you got, Brandons? I just butchered the English language there.
There's a company called Aleph Farms.
Ayla?
Aleph. Aleph.
Aleph, okay.
It's a startup company that is making cell-grown minute steak.
What?
So they're extracting cells from cows.
Okay.
And then growing these cells in petri dishes into steak, into meat that you can cook that is basically like minute steaks, like steakums.
Okay. That's really interesting.
Supposedly it tastes like steak.
Well, I would imagine. Mm-hmm. So they're just, okay. Wow, that's really interesting.
Thankfully, though, Aleph Farms is working with the Technion Israel Institute of Technology on a bioengineering platform to perfect lab-grown steaks.
I don't have a problem with this.
Oh, yeah, not at all.
I think that this is one of the best ideas out there, because barring for the average rancher,
Mhm.
The people who have thousands of head of cattle who make their living off of, doing this. All of these farms where the animals are, it's borderline or not even sometimes way over the line of bad for the animals.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I love the idea of just growing a steak, just forcing the cells to populate enough to where there is a steak in front of you.
Mhm.
Because then you can really, if you think about it, you can control the marbling, you can control how good of a cut it is, theoretically.
Yeah.
So now you have mass-produced steaks that are not endangering cows in the sense of, how they're treated, and they're high-quality cuts. So you have mass-produced, high-quality, humane cuts of meat.
I don't think they're to the point yet where you get high-quality cuts.
Maybe
like
not.
The pictures I saw made
Uh-huh.
it look like, when you get Chinese food and you get like beef and noodles or garlic beef, how the beef is like that real thin strip.
Sure.
It looked like that.
Yeah. Well, we're talking steakums. We're not talking actual pieces of steak, but we can get there.
Yeah.
They're growing them in a long, thin, flat sheet, basically. But if you start layering those and you figure out how to get them to merge properly, then you can have a full steak. Produce literally a cube steak. Yeah. I love the idea of that. And if we can get that science there, that's the people who, the animal rights activists who still like to eat meat anyway, can be a little more okay with that, because it's not a living creature that's going through a terrible process of being grown and forced fed or, potentially dangerous living conditions.
Yeah.
And then killed without a care, or without emotion, just run through a abattoir. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and not just that, you set up these mobile bases or somewhere where you can get these cells.
Mm-hmm.
You can feed all kinds of populations that don't have food.
And on top
you can get protein to people who need protein.
And that's another really good point. You have these smaller cells where these things can be created, and now your meat is fresher.
Mm.
So, the steak that you might buy at a store, say a big box store like Walmart, that steak is not fresh.
Yeah.
It's probably a week or more old, depending on the aging process, because some people do age their steaks a little bit as well. So they'll sit out for a little while, cure, and then they get shipped off. So never mind the dyes. I mean, you could get something that doesn't have all the red dyes in it.
Yeah.
If you've ever if you've frozen and then thawed hamburger, you know what I'm talking about. All of that red juice that's down in the bottom when you pull that hamburger out of the Ziploc baggie, that's not blood. That's water and dye.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh.
They dye the meat.
I knew they dyed the meat. I just always thought that was blood.
No, they dye the meat red because it's more appealing and it makes you think that meat is fresher. But as those red blood cells are exposed to whatever oxygen is there, they brown.
Huh.
Yeah. So if you were to have no red dye in there, then the meat that you buy at the store would be brown. But people don't want to buy brown meat.
Yeah, that sounds pretty gross.
Yeah.
I'm in that camp.
There's nothing wrong with that meat.
You just get conditioned to something.
Exactly. So no, I love this idea. This is really awesome.
Yeah, this one really caught your idea, or really caught your imagination.
It did.
I wrote it down kind of as an aside. I just thought it was neat, but you really, really took off on that one.
I did. I'm really excited about that. I like that kind of technology. Speaking of crazy technology, there's my segues.
Perfect.
Because you always have to lead a segue with speaking of, right?
Yeah. Or my favorite, do you like?
Brandon, do you like science?
I love it.
Do you like nanotechnology?
Hate it. Hate everything about it.
Well, then never mind. I'm not doing this story.
Sorry to be so small-minded.
Apparently, scientists at MIT have cooked up a, quote, mind-blowing way to shrink objects to the nanoscale. This is from Popular Mechanics. Maybe it's not the stuff of Marvel's Ant-Man or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but MIT scientists have mastered a mind-blowing way to shrink stuff by fabricating nanoscale 3D objects of nearly any shape.
So they're not shrinking stuff per se, they're just rebuilding on a nano level.
Yes.
Something.
In 3D.
Okay.
Called implosion fabrication, quote, it's a way of putting nearly any kind of material into a 3D pattern with nanoscale precision, says Edward Boyden, a professor of biological engineering and of brain and cognitive sciences at MIT, in a press statement. Boyden says everything from metal to quantum dots to DNA strands have patterns that could be fabricated in the extreme miniature. While there have been ways to fabricate 3D structures in miniature before, they've been slow and not particularly effective. Scientists need to add layer after layer upon 2D nanostructures or to be satisfied with simple self-sustaining shapes like pyramids. That's cool, but such an approach cannot build complex structures like DNA helixes or hollow tubes. If nanofabrication wants to reach its full potential, adding microscopic robotic particles to cancer drugs, for example, allowing to target cancer cells with greater accuracy, it must be able to work with complicated shapes. The MIT process takes a technique currently used to make images of brain tissue larger and reverses it. So this technique they're adapting from a technique that already exists.
Yeah.
To and reverse engineering it, basically.
That's fascinating.
So how do they do this?
How do they do this, Remington?
I'm glad you asked, Brandon. The brain tissue expansion process embeds tissue into a hydrogel and then expands it, which allows for high-resolution imaging with a regular microscope. In the backwards version, a large-scale object is placed within a hydrogel. The MIT scientists use a material made up of a polyacrylate, which is typically found in diapers. Ooh, that stuff's really cool. Polyacrylate, that's that absorbent material. Yeah. Once it gets wet, it turns into a gel, and it'll suck the moisture out of everything. The polyacrylate was then bathed in molecules of fluorescein, an orange dye with a yellow-green fluorescence that's commonly used as a scientific marker. These markers act as anchors that bind to other molecules, scientists might add. Quote, you attach the anchors where you want with light, and later you can attach whatever you want to the anchors, Boyden says. It could be a quantum dot, it could be a piece of DNA, it could be a gold nanoparticle. With the fluorescein in place, scientists then add an acid that hinders the negative charges in the polyacrylate gel. Without these negative charges, the gel no longer repels itself on a molecular level and begins to contract. This technique can create a 10-fold shrinkage in each dimension equal to a 1,000-fold reduction in volume.
Wow.
So, true shrinking, kind of.
Yeah.
Just the removal of, I guess, moisture particles to make it shrink?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So
they're building it at a certain size and then wrapping it in this material.
Yeah.
That pulls the moisture out of it, which causes it to shrink down.
I imagine.
Is that the basic?
That's how I'm reading it. I guess in layman's terms.
Yeah, because that's what it sounded like.
Yeah. Of course, this goes into the part of it where I genuinely don't understand, because moisture is its own particles, its own molecules. It's hydrogen and oxygen.
Yeah.
In a chain for two hydrogens and one oxygen to form water. That's what moisture is water. So, without truly understanding the way those chemicals react in regard to the anchor and what it's anchored to, and then the polyacrylate, I guess I can't necessarily say moisture.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still fascinating.
I find it fascinating, and I also have to admit you lost me about halfway in.
Yeah, I understand. I lost me about halfway in. People have been trying to invent better equipment to make smaller nanomaterials for years, but we realize that if you just use existing systems and embed your materials in this gel, you can shrink them down to nanoscale without distorting the patterns, says lead author and grad student Samuel Rodriguez. There are all kinds of things you can do with this, Boyden says. Democratizing nanofabrication could open up frontiers we can't yet imagine. The potential applications for implosion fabrication are widespread, according to the MIT team. Specialized lenses could be shrunk down to better study the fundamental properties of light. Smaller lenses could be made for cell phone cameras and microscopes.
Oh, okay. I see where the application lies.
Farther into the future, the process could even be helpful in creating nanorobots. So now we're pulling Brandon back in.
Yeah, you got me. I hate Post Malone. Don't worry, I'm 100% lost as well.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Whenever I get into a science study, it's almost 100% that I will lose Brandon and possibly myself.
I can't help it. After a certain point, my brain just glazes over.
Yeah.
And I really try to not let it happen, but it does.
Sometimes the articles go on longer than I anticipate.
Uh-huh.
And that's what happens. You get tired of hearing me read. It's fine.
Remington?
Yes?
Do you like mergers?
You
tell me.
That's a merger.
That was a merger.
I merged my fingers.
Anyway, Remington, if you like mergers...
I do like mergers, Brandon. I don't really know. It depends on where the story goes. This could go either way.
Merged with...
Whoa!
No, the Disney-Fox merger has hit a snag in Mexico because of monopoly laws.
So we've talked about the Disney-Fox merger before.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the problem in Mexico, and why is this affecting the merger?
Because, from what I understand, Disney-Fox merging together had to get the okay from the U.S. government.
Okay.
Because of monopoly laws.
Okay.
Because Disney owning Fox means that now Disney owns 30% of all sports-related content in the United States.
Okay.
Which is more than it's allowed to.
Okay.
So to get past this and allow the merger to go through, they told the government that they will sell off any sports-related stuff that they get.
All right.
They're running into that same problem in Mexico. So they got the okay in the U.S.
It's Mexican monopoly laws that they're running up against.
See.
Okay. I partially understand.
So
I'm trying to wrap my head around... So, does an entertainment company like Disney have to... I guess they would have to be allowed to have whatever deal they have going on for whatever country that they're in.
Yeah.
That's what it's sounding like to me. I guess that makes sense. It's why we have a BBC America, which is a BBC A version.
Yeah.
Where we get some stuff that's from the BBC.
I'm going to be honest, I don't really understand how all of this works.
Yeah.
I just thought it was an interesting story.
It is interesting, and it's this really weird look into these companies taking each other over and how they have to get over the laws of the company that the country that they want to display in.
Yeah.
Because that's something you don't really think about is, they have to have the okay, the go-ahead from whatever country that they're in order to broadcast. Because a lot of countries control broadcasting to a certain degree.
Oh, yeah.
So, they got to get their payment too. But they're using whatever infrastructure that the company has to broadcast into.
And I'm sure they'll make it through in Mexico. I mean, they'll grease some palms or something.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But on the same vein of Disney news, this is from film.com, I guess?
Not to be confused with phil.com.
/film.com. Disney Plus might resurrect those Marvel shows after all, proving no one knows what the hell is happening, is what this article is called.
I thought they couldn't bring them back for 2 years.
That's what I reported on our website a couple days ago through did you see those, by the way?
Yeah.
What do you think of those? Those little news blurbs, but they send it to... Because I haven't had the time to write my own articles, and I'm not very good at it anyway. But still, I'd still like to pass along interesting news, and I thought that just showing a little snippet and then sending them, if they want to read more, to whatever site it came from.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a problem with that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know if it's a good way to drive traffic to our site. I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. We can try it for a little bit and see if it works.
Okay. Sorry. We had a private meeting.
I like it, though. It's weird that you click on it and it sends you to our website, which then sends you to whatever website you want to go to. It's weird that our website's a pit stop.
Yeah.
But that's the goal, is to have people drive to our site, even as a pit stop, because then once they're there, maybe they click around.
Yeah. I just don't know if that's bad marketing. I mean, I'm sure it's bad marketing, but I constantly ask for writers. It's just got to be, geeky style stuff. The latest offender is Kevin Mayer, the newly appointed head of Disney Plus, the Walt Disney Company's new streaming service. Mayer says there's a possibility that the new service will revive those shows, but that's as far as he's willing to go in the moment. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Mayer was asked if he would consider reviving the Marvel shows that Netflix canceled, and he seemed open to the idea. They are very high-quality shows. We haven't discussed that, but I would say that it's a possibility. So this, obviously, a vague statement from, this gentleman. And we touched on it before, but those shows were kind of raw.
Yeah.
And the Disney Plus streaming app seems to be a lot more family-oriented. So if those shows come back, will they continue with their raw feel, or are they going to be scaled back? That's what I really want to know. Because it would be, depending on how the shows did, because they got mixed reviews. Some of them people really, really loved, and some people were like, Iron Fist is boring.
Yeah.
Or at least the first season. I don't know if it picked up any, but if your first season isn't good, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, I feel like.
Yeah.
But at the same time, with a streaming service, you can just binge watch through the garbage ones, and maybe you'll get to some gold later. So the question is number one, if they bring them back, will they continue with the seasons and the storylines that were involved before? Will the violence or adult content be scaled back dramatically? And will they host the previous iteration on the streaming service?
Yeah, exactly. Like, who owns the rights to those?
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine that Netflix owns at least some of the rights, but who knows, really?
Because the article that you shared said that Netflix was in an agreement with Marvel that after their shows were off, after the shows were canceled, Marvel couldn't do anything with those characters for 2 years.
Yeah. So, and, the Disney Plus, while it's coming, 2 years is not that long of a time. That's only 700 and some days.
Yeah.
In the scheme of things, that gives Disney all the time in the world to find some new writers, to revamp and retie the shows, to even cut the old ones to where they're a little
more family
friendly. Mm-hmm. I think the options are all over the place as far as it goes. Would you like to see those shows come back, or do you just want to see like a new use of the characters?
I'd like to see the characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But to be fair, I didn't watch any of them. I watched the first season of Daredevil.
Yeah.
And I watched the first season of Jessica Jones.
Okay.
That's all I've seen of the Disney Netflix shows.
Yeah.
I tried to watch Luke Cage.
Marvel Netflix ones.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I started to watch Luke Cage and just couldn't get into it, but it was kind of a slow start.
Yeah.
Iron Fist I didn't really have any interest in, and Daredevil season 2 never really got me.
Okay.
It's very hard for a show to grab me.
Yeah.
I have to be really invested in it right off the bat. But yeah, I would love to see them come to Disney Plus.
Do you, if they were to really cut the hell out of the show and release the Netflix stuff, would you want that? No, you want to see like a full reimagining of the characters?
Yeah, if they're going to do it, do a reimagining. Don't go through and cut something that's already been done.
Yeah. I seriously doubt that would be something that they do, especially because I imagine that Netflix has some kind of ownership over those shows.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the ones, I think, primarily who paid for a lot of them. Or at least they put up a lot of their own capital for it as well.
Well, cutting shows, Netflix did that with Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Or they released Arrested Development season 4 and it wasn't liked very well.
Yeah.
So then they went back and recut it and released that as like the new season 4.
Yeah.
So there's people there that are cutting shows.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't like the idea. I think when you release something artistically and you're done with it, like a painting or a picture or a TV show or a movie, and you release it and it's what it is,
yeah,
you should just let it be what it is.
Yeah. I agree. I don't like a reimagining, a recutting. I don't mind a reimagining so much. This kind of treads on the new live action stuff that's coming out, and we have a continuation of Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Which is, the kids are all grown up and have kids of their own, and now Mary Poppins is invading their life with magic and wonder.
Mary, come on.
This is bullshit, Mary. It's ridiculous. But, yeah, just cutting something up. You know who has a bad habit of doing that?
George Lucas?
George Lucas is one. Jackie Chan.
Really?
Yeah, in his... he has an office in Hong Kong that he would recut his movies. Like old school style with cutters and recut the film and put it together and just experiment with it like that.
Huh.
Yeah. So Nidalost says, I remember DC coming out with some streaming service. I feel like Marvel would probably do something similar, whether it be with those characters 2 years from now or with characters they could use. And that's something that we've definitely talked about before, Marvel coming out with their own streaming service.
Yeah.
And almost piggybacking off of the Disney Plus, to where when we first started talking about this, that was my thought process, is that Marvel would release their own and have those shows available on there. That way they could keep their more adult-oriented content, and the Disney Plus side would still be friendly, and they would cut you a deal.
Yeah. Because fucking everybody is going to have a streaming service. Watch for it. 2019. There's going to be so many streaming services. It's going to be insane.
Yeah. $5 a month for everything.
Yeah. I read an article talking about how bad it was. I can't remember where the article was from, but how bad this is going to be because everything is going to have a streaming service. So by the time you're picking and choosing the things you want to watch, you're paying the same that you would for a cable bill.
Yeah. But at the same time, wow. I don't know what happened there. I got a little Irish. But at the same time, oh, show you. But at the same time, you have content that you want to watch. So, I pay upwards of $160 to $180 or some bullshit for cable.
Yeah.
And I watch a third of...
If even that.
If
you
even
watch
that.
Cartoon Network and Disney Channel mostly.
Exactly. Or BBCA. Rain in our chat right now says, I'm so tired of so many streaming services. I have Netflix, Hulu, Crunchyroll, Viki, and Kakawa, both Korean streaming things. But those are things that you want to watch. Those are things that you're interested in. Those are things that you want to watch. I'm paying for 70 channels that I don't give a shit that there's something on them.
Yeah.
So the idea of being able to pick and choose, even on a monthly basis, I'm just going to drop Crunchyroll for a month because, they're not going to have the new Hunter x Hunter out.
Yeah. So just drop it for a month and then come back.
Yeah, exactly. You can save yourself money by micromanaging your own thing if you had the druthers to do so.
Mm.
And you're getting content that you want to watch, or you're giving yourself access to the content that you want to watch.
Do you have any streaming services?
I don't.
No.
Nope, I don't.
You have Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I do have Amazon Prime. And I watch The Tick on there.
Yeah.
That's really the only thing that I've watched, though. I haven't really gone to explore because I'm a bad person to talk about this in the respect that I don't really watch a lot of TV.
Mm.
If I'm going to be on my computer, I'm not going to be watching a streaming service as a rule. I haven't even been watching YouTube. I have been busy doing other things.
Yeah, you've been a pretty busy beaver.
So as far as it goes, watching shows, we watch the shows that we have recorded on our TiVo while we are eating dinner, and then we go about the rest of our day or evening.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all there is to that. But I do like the idea of a bunch of different streaming services because it does give you the option to get what you want. At least you're getting more bang for your buck.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't have a problem with a myriad of streaming services as long as they are priced well.
It's the pricing that's going to be an issue for me, though.
So, how much is Netflix now? Was it $8.99 a month?
I have no idea because I don't have Netflix.
Okay. Rain, give me some prices. What do you pay for Netflix? What do you pay for Hulu? What do you pay for Crunchyroll? That way I don't have to look it up. I can. I just don't want to. I'm really lazy.
It's weird watching myself on the playback while I'm watching the chat.
All right. So basic is $8 a month. Standard is $11 a month, and premium is $14 a month.
For Netflix?
Yes. Just as a basic look. So with premium, you get HD, Ultra HD. You can watch 4 things on the account at the same time: laptop, TV, mobile, unlimited movies and TV shows, cancel anytime, first month free. In the basic one, it's only 420p, I would assume. You don't get Ultra HD either. You can only watch on one account, but you get the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
So basic is fine if you don't really mind having that higher quality.
Mm-hmm.
If you're older, you might not really see the difference or care about the difference.
Yeah.
If you're watching in 420p or 640 by 480. So I would probably go with the standard version myself. Crunchyroll, for those of you who don't know, Crunchyroll is for primarily Japanese animation. And last time I checked, they were like $4.99 a month. But that was like 3 years ago. $6.95 a month after the free trial. So you got a 14-day free trial of premium access, and then after that, it's $7 a month. Hulu, I think, is also in the $11 a month category. It's pretty commensurate with Netflix.
Yeah.
So that's right now you're looking at $30 for those 3 services.
Yeah, just those 3.
Just those 3. Then you've got your internet. Let's assume that you're paying, I don't know, what's your internet cost?
45.
45, and you've got what, middle tier? Or do you have the lowest?
I have the lowest.
You have the lowest? Okay. So now you're looking at $75. But there's got to be enough content on at least those 3 services that you have all the TV that you'll ever need to watch.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime, you get all of the perks of the Amazon Video for Amazon Prime, but Amazon Prime is like $120 a year, if I remember correctly.
Or you can pay it monthly now.
Or you can pay it monthly, which is also really cool. And if you are a student, you get a student discount. So if you're enrolled in school, you actually get a student discount. So whenever mine comes through in March, I'll be able to get the student version and pay considerably less. I'll throw a link for that one down into the show notes for anybody who is in school or going back to school for a spring semester or whatnot. If you don't have Amazon Prime, you can get a discount as a student. So I think
slide that sweet link in there.
Yeah, I'm going to slide that. We are an Amazon affiliate, so whatever, but it goes out. Twitch is an Amazon affiliate.
Yeah. Everything's an Amazon affiliate.
Exactly. So yeah, whose story was that? What were we talking about?
That was your story.
Okay, then you're up next, buddy.
Okay. You want to do one more story piece?
Yeah, we'll do one more story a piece, and then we'll wrap this bastard up. We're coming up on the 2-hour mark, so.
Yeah. So AvengersEndgame.com, Avengers Endgame being the name of the newest Avengers movie.
Right, correct.
Was squatted on by a guy back when rumors were coming out about what Avengers was going to be.
Oh, yeah?
So AvengersEndgame.com redirects to the Once Upon a Deadpool website. And the user, who's a Twitter user named @aguyinachair, has been squatting on it, hoping to parlay it into 2 tickets to the premiere of the movie.
That's all he's asking?
Yeah. 2 tickets to the LA premiere of the movie.
That's not much. Like, in the scheme of it, that's not much. That thing is going to make billions of dollars.
Apparently...
I mean, because that's fascinating. If that's all that dude wants, if I were Marvel/Disney, I'd be like, all right, man. Give us the website and you can have your 2 tickets. Free, fly out to the premiere in California and, all expenses paid, whatever, dude. It's 2 tickets. It's going to be like, I don't know, $2,000, and that's a high estimate.
Yeah.
I would say totally do that.
So Ryan Reynolds, who obviously plays Deadpool,
right,
sent a guy in a chair a package with headphones and an aviation cocktail kit, which apparently Ryan Reynolds owns a big portion of that company.
Okay.
And so a guy in a chair posted this picture and said, "Look what Ryan Reynolds sent me." And Ryan Reynolds replied and said, "This isn't to say I'm proud of what you did, just that I happen to love you."
That's cool. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is such a cool guy. I love him so much. Do you think we can get him on the podcast?
Yeah, I'm sure we could.
Okay, I'm going to tweet him right now.
You should. He's not doing anything at the moment.
Nah, probably not.
Just imagine the headlines, though. Ryan Reynolds goes on 2-Bit Podcasts.
Ryan Reynolds. Problem is I got to get the right one.
I think it's just at Ryan Reynolds.
No, it's not. It's good watching, right, guys? 2 dudes staring at their phone.
I keep forgetting that we're live streaming this.
Right? Does it not have his Twitter on the story? All I pulled up was Ryan G. Reynolds, which is not him. That's a sports director.
Oh, it's Van City Reynolds.
Oh, that's right. I knew that. There we go.
Well, I pulled up our Twitch again just to look at our chat to see if there's anything there.
Yeah.
And it literally is just 2 guys staring at their phones.
Yeah. Super exciting, guys. Thank you all for sticking around, though. I know it's gotten a little quiet.
Just sitting by the fire.
Just sitting by the fire, just enjoying the burning flesh and
I like this one right here.
the smell of hot hair burning away.
This is my favorite flame.
Hey, Ryan. Hold on, let me do this voice chat. We're talking about you on our podcast, and we were just curious on whether or not you'd want to pop on for like 10 minutes, ? Maybe on the next episode, ? It'll probably be after Christmas or whatever. Totally gonna tweet that.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, if nothing else, I hope that he just says, hey.
Or sees it and laughs at us.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm okay with that too.
I'm Ryan fucking Reynolds.
Get the fuck out of here, Dueling Ogres. You mean nothing to me. But you mean everything to me. So I wanted to wrap up going back to a couple of different pieces of gaming news. This may spawn some discussion, this may not. This is kind of gaming news. So, you know the backpack kid? Did you hear about this story at all? Okay. You know the Carlton, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Alfonso Ribeiro?
Yes.
Okay. Is suing Fortnite, apparently, for using the Carlton dance.
Yes. I have seen that.
The backpack kid has jumped on the bandwagon as well. And he's the one who had the arms that would just real stiff and going back and forth in the Katy Perry Super Bowl, I think it was.
Okay.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
Okay, hold on. The dance move is called flossing.
Yeah, I did know that.
Okay. Oh, it was on Saturday Night Live. So it was during her performance on Saturday Night Live, and he would do that. You know what the dance looks like?
Yeah, what flossing looks like? He was basically flossing before it was a thing?
Yeah. So apparently he owns the rights to the dance, none of them actually own the rights to the dance. That's just what made them famous. They're working on getting the rights. So there's this weird fucking interim. Apparently there's another dance that they usurped from to Molly or something like that. But, technically they're performers, and they are the ones who created the dance, or at least somebody created the dance for them, and they're the ones who are profiting off of it.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is do they actually own the dance? Or if they do, 2 Millie, sorry. That is the other person. I believe 2 Millie is a rap artist who created a dance called the Millie Rock or something. It's a little dance move called the Millie Rock, I believe it's called. So yeah, apparently all 3 of them are getting on the bandwagon of suing Fortnite and Epic Games for this dance. For their respective dances.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, all of the dances that you can get are for that you don't have to purchase them. You actually win them. So they're not purchasable items.
Yeah, but it's just the idea that they're using them without their permission.
Yeah. So where do you sit? Is it okay because they're not profiting off of it?
No, I think it's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
To just take these without asking for permission at all.
Is it crossing the line into the pop culture zeitgeist? These dances?
I had never seen floss. I knew the Carlton, but that's because I'm older.
Yeah.
Flossing, the backpack kid, I had never heard of, had no idea.
Yeah. Because you're older.
Yeah, because I'm older. The Millie dance or whatever.
The Millie Rock, yeah.
No idea.
I did not know what that one was. I knew what the floss was because I can't do it. I look really awkward. It's not good for fat guys with short arms. That's for sure.
Now I want to see it though.
Continuing on with some more gaming news. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate glitch spawns infinite Waluigis.
Yeah, we watched that video earlier. That video was hilarious.
So if you want to give yourself a good chuckle, go find Waluigi glitch. By law, the three have no case. I agree there. No permission needed because it's non-profit. If they were selling them, then it would have a case. But because you get them with levels, these three can F off. I think it's the Carlton, as far as it goes. I mean, he did build quite a bit of a career out of doing that.
Yeah, he did.
So dance moves themselves, I think the real question is whether or not they can actually get them copyrighted or trademarked or what have you. Mm-hmm. If the move itself can be legally controlled, that's where the case can come in. And if they do that while this lawsuit is going on, then they have precedent still because the case is still open.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of with you. They should have at least got some kind of a permission for it. I mean, if they had the permission to do it, then I wouldn't have a problem with it, especially because they're not actually profiting off of it.
Well, and let's be honest, these three are jumping on this because Epic Games and Fortnite are fucking huge.
Yeah, exactly. It is the most viewed thing on Twitch. So, and they're making all kinds of money off of it.
Yeah.
Tony says if they are somehow able to trademark them, Fortnite would either have to pay a royalty or rip them from the game. Both true. They would probably rip them from a game because at that point, fuck paying royalties for
Yeah,
them.
Exactly.
You know?
Not that it would hurt them to pay royalties.
No, but at the same time, it's going to leave a whole sour taste in everybody's mouth, really.
Yeah.
So, or I don't know. I mean, the emotes themselves look really, they're fun.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a ton of emotes as well that are all really, they all have really decent emotes. I don't know. I think it's kind of shitty that they still have them in there, but also shitty that the guys are just trying to cash in. Seems like.
Yeah, it's just shittiness all around.
Yeah, really. But going back to the Waluigi glitch, if you want to see something that'll really tickle your pickle, check out that Waluigi glitch. Basically, one character in the new Smash Brothers that can make clones of different characters.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet. I don't know. I like Smash Brothers. We need to get a Switch.
Yeah.
Snap clicks. What is it called?
A Switch.
A Switch. We need to get a Switch. You and me.
We do.
And a capture card so we can play video games together.
You need to get a Switch and I'll get a Switch.
Yeah.
And then we'll both have Switches.
Yeah. And then we'll be Switch Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
So if you have any questions or comments or you'd like to hear yourself on air, you can call us at 978-DU-OGRES. That's, what are you doing? That's 978-386-4737. You can also reach us on Twitter at Dueling Ogres, email us at duelingogres@gmail.com, or leave a comment on our Facebook like these nice people, Brennan.
First comment is from Bucky.
Bucky.
Who says, in regards to the CW shows and the Doctor Who stuff, I can definitely sympathize with your frustrations. For me, Supergirl does the same thing. It's too overly political. I don't mind shows that have a political overtone, and I understand a show like Supergirl is going to have a small amount of it. My problem is when it's all in your face. For me, watching Supergirl just feels like a chore now. The only episode this season that I've been able to enjoy is the Supergirl episode of the crossover. The only reason I still watch it is because it's connected to the other shows.
Right.
He then commented again and said, I've been able to enjoy the episodes, but this crossover episode was the first episode this season where I didn't groan because of an in-your-face political thing.
Yeah. Now, I will say this about Supergirl. The storyline that they were going on right now was very political, period. It is kind of a look into aliens being ostracized on Earth and basically being... who has phones, Nittalost? Oh
yeah.
Yes, Tony. Yes, I've got a phone number. We actually made this joke earlier. So somebody last week said, I didn't know you guys had, it was Steve. Steve said, I didn't know you guys had a number. So I said it at the beginning of the episode. And yeah, you can call in and ask us and we can put you on the thing and the stuff. It's a thing with on the phones.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
We also got a comment from...
Wait, I wanted to finish what I was saying about Supergirl.
Yeah, well, you just kind of tapered off.
I know, sorry.
Off.
I had
you
to
have
put
too much
together,
technology.
I had to put together what the fuck was
thing.
going on. I'm sorry.
You have these screens here. You have your phone
I
screen.
have all the screens.
You need to fucking focus.
Okay, I'm sorry. Supergirl is very political right now anyway, because we have a storyline where it's focusing on humans versus aliens.
Okay.
Aliens are living on the planet Earth. They just want to live alongside with us. So it's very racism things, you know?
Are
That's
the aliens out in the open?
Yes. Although they are wearing things to make them look human, especially now that humans don't want them on the planet.
Yeah.
So Supergirl is going to be very political in that respect.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the storyline calls for. The Doctor Who, and we watched one of the Doctor Who episodes last night, and there was none of what I was bitching about before.
It was perfectly fine?
Yeah, it was fine, and it was a good episode, and I really enjoyed it. So there's that. As far as the comment goes, you know, I stand corrected on the Doctor Who thing.
Yeah.
That episode there wasn't a whole lot of what I was bitching about. So
it's hard because everything is so political right now.
It is.
For good and bad.
Yeah.
You kind of just got to take it.
Yeah.
Really. That's the mentality I've taken.
Yeah.
Is there the things that I care about, there's the things I don't care about, and I'm just going to lie back and let them wash over me.
Yeah. I feel you. I try to do that, but sometimes it's hard to.
It is.
You know, because as far as it goes, I'm way more zen about most things than you are, like as far as our views go.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I try to run this gamut of just everybody just minding their own goddamn business about everything,
which is not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. So
we're in a political climate where that's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing, but yeah,
both sides are completely up each other's asses all the time.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
We also had a comment from Viscount Terry W. Irvin II.
Yes,
who says,
the
"I
illustrious.
remember watching The Incredible Mr. Limpet as a kid.
Yep.
Shows like that would show up on TV once a year, like The Wizard of Oz and The Ten Commandments, and if you missed it, wait until next year."
Yeah.
Discussing the loss of bees and pollination. Consider that the second most prolific pollinator after bees is the male mosquito. Wouldn't that be fun, hoping for a solid population of mosquitoes so that crops would flourish?
Which I didn't know.
Yeah, I had no idea.
But what's even more fascinating about that is which Disney World which Disney is in Florida?
Disney World.
Disney World is in Florida?
Yes.
Okay. They have an entire team dedicated to controlling the mosquito population.
Really?
Like, I think it's like hundreds of employees that are dedicated to controlling the mosquito population in Disney World.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, Florida, Disney World's built near a swamp, I think.
Yes, it's built on a swamp.
So the first Disney World sunk to the swamp.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The second one also sunk to the swamp.
Uh-huh.
The third one...
But the third one stayed up.
Now, one of them...
burned down, fell into the swamp.
Burned down, fell over, then sank into the swamp.
Yeah. But the fourth one stayed up. Yeah. It's a little Monty Python
for you.
Yeah. Make sure to subscribe to our website at duelingogres.com for news shows and articles pertaining to some of your favorite geek news. And finally, be sure to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes because that helps to boost us higher on the Cool Kids list. Mm-hmm. Or you can find us anywhere else that you can find a podcast.
Yeah, we're on Twitch now too, so we're fucking
literally
disgustingly everywhere.
You could see our faces and our ogre faces, our animated faces everywhere. Brandon's making weird faces at the camera. I don't like it. Are you a vampire now? What's happening?
I don't know.
So until next week, ogres, keep your clubs blood.
And your tusks sharp.
Good night.
And have a Merry Christmas. We forgot to mention Christmas.
Oh yeah, Christmas is happening. That's my birthday, everybody. Don't you give me 1 star, Tony, you piece of shit. I will drive up to where you are and I will feed you until you give me 5 stars.
That's not a very imposing threats.
Well, I'm not. It's not a threat. It's a.
Oh, you're just
It's an
telling
incentive.
them, like,
I'm saying that.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's a positive reinforcement with food.
Oh, okay.
You know, ring that dinner bell. You know, that's all Tony understands.
Pavlov's Tony.
Yeah, he's called Real Fat Tony for a reason.
Is he real fat?
I mean,
I assumed it was a Simpsons reference.
He's portly. He's chunky. You're a little chunky, right, Tony? We're both fat. It's okay.
Yeah, is it okay?
Yeah, it's totally okay.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Is there like a fat guy code?
Yeah. Yeah, there's totally a fat guy code. And he gets to call everybody a stupid beach.
Is he a streamer too?
Yeah, he's a streamer.
Is he in Lurk Squad?
He is. He is a recent addition to Lurk Squad.
Lurk Squad.
Lurk Squad. A wee chunky laddie. He's a wee chunky laddie. That he is. He's just a wee boy. Put a little feather in his cap. This episode's over.
Yeah, how wee of a boy is he?
No, he's not wee. He's not really wee. What do you mean, like age-wise?
Yeah.
I don't know. How old are you, Tony? He's old enough to know better.
Where do you live? What's your address?
What's your social security number? What's your blood type? Brandon's a vampire, obviously.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Do it again. Oh, thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to end this stream now so Brandon can go and I can pee.
Thanks for joining us.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
All right, wave goodbye, everybody. Tell them goodbye, Brandon.
Bye. Thanks for joining us. Bye. I'm going to keep waving until you stop it.
Okay.
Good, I can finally say all the racist shit I've been trying to hold in.
Oh, wait. The recording is still going.
No!
Yes, Lev, we got the fireplace going. It's cozy and toasty and warm in here. He wishes he was getting cozy with us. Well, come on down, Steve.
Yeah. Come on down from New Jersey. New York?
New York.
This is some cowboy music now.
I can just see, like, part of my ass.
The only part that matters.
Mom and Dad told me.
Because we say the word farts. His hips don't lie.
I didn't pick a word.
Flavor burst. This is a good podcast.
Wait. We can bump thumbs.
I thought you were going
come this way. Come this way. Oh, we can do a thumb war too. Hold on. There we go. One.
You have a fucking monster thumb.
Jesus. I mean, yours is very long from where you played bass. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. This is good listening. Oh, no, you can't have it. No. Oh, I got you. I got you beast.
And that, listeners, is what a thumb war sounds like. Because what are we doing? See, it's the fear that I had before of live streaming.
Yeah.
Is that we're trying to cut off too much cake.
I love cake, though.
Well, yeah, I know.
I prefer pie.
This is metaphorical cake.
The cake is a lie, then.
Metaphorical pie. Okay, we're trying to cut off too much pie at once.
Right.
Because we want to be entertaining to the viewers.
Yeah.
We also want to be entertaining to the listeners.
Yeah.
So we end up thumb warring.
Yeah, but
that's cutting off too much pie.
Yeah, but that'll go to the end. The thumb war will go at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. Chat, just so you know, we have chat pulled up. We probably won't talk to you a whole lot, especially once we get on a roll. My face can't be seen. We'll just sit back a little bit.
I can't get over how glorious your beard's been looking, man.
Thanks. What the fuck is going on there? Hold on. There's so many knobs.
They can't see it from here, I don't think, but there's like 8 screws on that thing.
Oh, it's like... I think I can just force it a little bit. That's probably good for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Definitely a mighty beard. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Real scruffy.
It looks purple almost. Maybe it's just the lighting.
Yeah, it's probably just the lighting. There's a lot of bluer almost light going on, so it really makes the darkness come out of it.
Mm.
If it's a little more yellowish light, you get more of the browns, and you occasionally see the 1 or 2 white little stragglers that are my little pepper beard going on. I want just like one strip that's peppered.
Just like white?
Yeah, just like white. But not all the way down, just like the front part of it.
Yeah. Just dye it.
Yeah, but
or do something spooky.
I was going to say, that's disingenuous. I don't want to do that.
Find something that really shocks you.
Like, wait, what?
Like how when you get scared, your hair turns white?
Oh, yeah.
Find something that just shocks you a little bit. It's just like your beard just whoop, white right there.
I don't think it happens like that.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Thank you for the charity biddies, Niddlehost.
It's so you can afford beard coloring.
Yeah. It's very much appreciated, man. Swiss Strikes, thank you for the host. And then we also got a donation to Extra Life.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. If I can click on it, if it'll bring it open for me. Oh, Lacey dropped $5.
Oh, nice.
Well, thank you, Lacey.
Yeah, thank you.
Much appreciated.
So I was wildly off the mark.
Yeah, an omnist is what you were thinking of,
Okay.
apparently. It's so hard to see chat, man. Hold on.
I got my chat pulled up.
All right, somebody type in chat. Yeah, that should be easier to read.
Okay. I need new glasses. I can still not see that.
Hiya. Fortunately, I don't need glasses. I have perfect vision.
You son of a bitch braggart.
Pretty close. Pretty close. It's not
I
super
have
bright.
perfect-ish vision.
I have nearly almost kind of perfect vision. Okay, so thank you so much for the donation to local children's hospitals via Extra Life and Humble Bundle, who we are partnered with for that event.
Mhm.
Running all the way through December 28th. That puts us up to $222 of our now $250 goal.
That's awesome.
I had increased it $50. If we hit that 250 mark, I'll increase it another 50. Just because, why not, right?
And it goes until...
The December 28th, I believe.
Okay.
So yes, thank you so much for that donation. Very much appreciated, Lacey. Did you just do one?
I just did my Santa story.
You did the Santa story.
Which... Your Murky is also on fire. Oh, yeah, it is. Because your Murloc is the same color of green.
Yeah, it's got a green. He looks really cool on fire, though.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, your cup is also on fire.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's also very green. Hold on, guys. I'm going to pour a drink since we're doing that.
That's really cool. Man, green screen technology is fucking amazing. It just blows my mind. I mean, I know it's been around forever. It's been around since, what, the 50s, the 60s?
Yeah, something with blue and green screen, yeah.
Yeah. Still blows my mind that it gets your shirt, it gets this Subway cup.
Yeah.
Subway Eat Fresh, a sponsor of Dueling Ogres.
It's totally not.
No, it is.
Yeah.
We're the new Jared. Oh, yikes.
Ooh,
Stay away from that one.
Look like a cross between Jared and the guy from the Sprint commercials who was
I do.
previously the Verizon commercials.
I do.
Cross between the two.
Don't compare me to Jared.
Both of the guys. Both of them.
Jared was like a shockingly unattractive man.
No, he wasn't.
You think he was handsome? You think there's people out there who'd be like, Jared's handsome?
He was kind of cute. He wasn't hot, but he wasn't bad looking. He was just bad person-y.
That's like the line that I try to ride.
Yeah.
He's not hot, but he's not bad looking.
See, there you go.
Yeah, that's my bread and
Yeah,
butter.
the Sprint guy is very... It's just the glasses.
Yeah, it's
That's
just the
all it
glasses in
is.
my face.
And the dark hair. That's it. And the facial structure.
and everything about
And
me.
the fact that you're eating Subway. Like how I just degenerate into laughing like Muttley.
Yeah, seriously.
Muttley!
You son of a bitch.
I said he's cute. The level 1 king. Oh, hi. Hello.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Ohio. Ohio gozaimasu.
I was doing The Room. You were doing
Japanese.
Japanese, yeah.
I was just doing Japanese.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Mark. We're talking about all kinds of things, Leveling King. This is my podcast, only in live form.
Is my phone on fire?
No, because it's not green.
It is.
Oh, you mean around the edge?
Yeah.
Oh, probably. It's a little far away from the camera, though. It's kind of hard to...
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Showing a little stip. I bit my tongue. You're cute, Tony. Your face is cute. We had this discussion.
I don't know who the real Fat Tony is, but I think they're cute too.
Yeah. So, that was yours?
Yep.
All right. Move on to mine. The magic of editing. Make a 2-hour show into an hour and a quarter. Where did my fucking thing go? There it is. Hold on, I got you.
He called me, the real fat Tony called me a stupa beach.
Yeah, he calls everybody a stupa beach. Don't worry, it's a term of endearment. Oh, does it sound good, Tony? Tony has an AT2035. So it's like the step up from this one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So the AT2020 is a little less expensive version of it.
So these mics are trash, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Your mic sounds lovely, Tony. I've got some processing going on the computer, but that's just to cut out background noise, really, and reduce our S's, our plosives, so they're not as cutting. Oh, God. Tony, I won't play everything. If you just get on and say that we're a bunch of stupid beaches, I'll probably play that once, and that'll be the end of it. You gotta love everybody. Make them feel good about themselves. Make sure to subscribe on our website at duelingogres.com for more news for shit.